Hello guys, welcome to Y Academy episode 61 review, and I guess this is episode 9 overall for season 2, am I right? Yeah, I think I'm right. Uh, we're going to dive into this episode, but first I'm just gonna say this ahead of time. The reason why my VTuber model is not up right now is because I kind of have to charge my Fitbit. I was kind of dumb and decided to not charge it earlier today, and now my Fitbit is on 5%, and that takes priority over the video being the video. But yeah, this episode is very mellow, very, I won't say very chill, but this episode starts off in a very nonchalant way. This episode basically starts out with the fact that, hey, we're just gonna eat stuff. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. We've defeated one key enemy, and we're planning to defeat more. Lime is kind of really indifferent during this particular opening segment. Kind of a little trapped within his own mind, if you really want to state the fact. We get a cute scene between Motaro and Lana about hamburgers, or hamburger, and hamburger steak, and we learn that food that is made on Atlantis is weird, and we also learn that Susanoo doesn't care that food is weird because Susanoo is basically a human garbage machine and will eat anything. And I'm actually entirely okay with Susanoo being that way, because Susanoo is a bro. Then everyone realizes that the food is actually good regardless of the fact of how it's actually made. So that kind of makes me happy and concerned with what people are actually eating. Then again, in our world, there's so much prepackaged food that it's not funny. We don't really know what we're eating, but that's beside the point. We then get scenes of our team kind of split off into smaller groups. We have the little group of Shiaki and Nozuchika. We have group 2, which is QB and Mila. And then we have group 3, which is Jinpe and Jinpe and Lime. I said Linepei as a joke because, guys, it's funny, isn't it? Linepei? I'm not just trying to be cute. And then we have Gomanda and Ronto talking. They're all basically getting a big brain plan prepared so that they're able to be prepped for the next battle. And as you guys know, the next battle is pretty important. So they want to be able to deal with that to the best of their ability. So they're getting themselves kind of psyched and kind of in the zone discussing things. Mira and QB are a little bit suspicious, and then they blow that off as it just being where they're at. Because who in the world would have thought that they would go from Japan to Atlantis? We have yakisoba pan, or what I think is yakisoba bread. Jinpei puts something on it, and it's good apparently. Then we get a flashback for Lime. Lime in glowing clothes, Lime seeing the entire world, really. The world Lime knows, Atlantis. And Lime sees Ozma, and there's kind of a moment where they kind of meet eyes a little bit. Like how they pan the camera up, it looks like they meet eyes at that point in time. But in reality, they don't actually meet eyes. You guys are getting what I'm saying. It looks as if they look at each other. Then we see Lime in the actual city of Atlantis, and we then see Lana. And we see I want to say a dove on the ground. Lana heals the dove with Lime right in front of her. And then we transition to Lime walking down a hallway because that's what limes do. So we finish up a little bit of this backstory for Lime. I'm hoping we end up getting much more, which I believe we are. I'm happy they're doing character development right now. I hope that this doesn't end up rushing. And I'm saying this right now because stuff is starting to feel like it could be a little bit rushed. But I'm not going to be that guy. So, moving on. Everyone and their brother, even Sandayu and Mataro, are waiting for Lime when Lime exits the tunnel. Sorry about that, guys. And they are all getting aboard Nana's airship. I guess I should be calling Nana by Nana's actual name, which is Amana Intramus. And I feel like that's totally a reference to something that I'm not comprehending right now. It sounds like her name is a reference now. Maybe to Imhotep, or to another pharaoh, or pharaohess. But I am still digging the architecture. I'm still on the fence about Atlantis being a location. It's really cool and all, but does this really fit our story? I mean, then again, we live in a world where Soranaki, who is supposed to be a big bad kick butt character, is basically fed to Mataro, as if Soranaki is some breakfast snack or meal. But I'm not going to judge that because I have no way of knowing what direction they're trying to move themselves in. But we're all headed in a way out of the city. Jinpe gets flashback of his mom. Well, technically his dad talking about his mom when his dad ended up getting hurt, and that they had to protect and save people at all costs. Basically, they have to be the best that they can actually be. So that's part of the Jinpei initiative. You gotta be the best around. No one's ever going to stop you now. But Jinpei's flashback is over. I like the fact that they're finally adding flashbacks for Jinpei that are actually valuable, other than the first one. And I'm saying other than the first one just simply because we need more. Because we're still in the process of fleshing out a character that should have been fleshed out in season 1. I don't really know why they wanted to take all of this time and not flesh him out sooner, but I am just me. And we're dealing with Oz now, and we're technically dealing with Oz as we pass through that gateway, or Ozma. And I think, isn't Ozma a reference to Osmodeus? That's the guy's name, right? I think so. But basically, Oz's threat. So everyone henshins and transforms and is ready to face the threat for the most part, except for Mataro, because who drops their medal into a crevasse other than our boy Mataro? So after we drop our medal, everyone is attacked by some Ozma fodder. Yeah, that's what I'm calling them. They're like little bee guys. They kind of remind me of the mini cells. I can't remember what they're called from the cell arc, the little blue guys, because they give me that vibe. And basically it takes a huge effort to even combat against these guys, because our team is struggling like no tomorrow, which I guess that's okay, but scaling would prove that they wouldn't struggle as bad. But this is the anime, so struggles be had. But that's all part of the story. We have Lime trying to get off a very solid attack with his new form, Terranog? Yeah, Terranog. But the attack is stopped because Lime gets the sensational feeling like something is not good. So Lime stops, we get attacks from everyone else, and then people begin to have big brain ideas, guys. Why don't we all attack in pairs to destroy the eyes or the little entryways so that we're actually able to do real damage? So we have the combo attack from both QB and Mela, or as I should be saying, Tengu the 9 and Namahage O, or Namahage 0. That would have been a cooler name. And then we're about ready. Well, we get one from still Little Commander, I mean Sashiki Commander in Ningyo Lady, or Fish Lady. I'm starting to feel bad for localization teams, because calling her Fish Lady probably would not be a good localization. So maybe they would localize her as Mermaid Lady. Maybe. Or Mermaid, nah. They would probably localize her as Mermaid Lady, just to show a little bit of respect. But yeah, we get that combo attack. We get the combo attack from is it Bei Kappa and is it Rakudo Lux? And both of those, all of these combo attacks do good damage. And we get the combo attack from Susano Bladers and Fudo Liza. And that combo attack does good damage as well. But we have the situation that everyone feared. And when I say everyone feared, me, I feared this because I thought that this would be a thing that actually happens. Which is Ronto is now just being not as viable as it seems. Ronto is not as viable. So, and to me, that just means Ronto really did not pull his weight this episode. He was kind of just cut down, but we know that was to give Motaro enough time to show up, because Motaro was going down to get his medal that he dropped. And don't ask me why Motaro dropped his medal, because character development is key here. And when your character development involves you dropping your medal, you know it's going to be the best character development. And you know it's going to be good. But they get their combo attack off as well. As the smoke centering, Terranol gets getting ready to deliver a final blow or an attack. And then Lime, yes Lime, de-henshins, and Lime realizes that since he was born in Atlantis, that he must challenge. Is he actually going to challenge Ozma alone, or is he protecting Ozma? It seems like he's protecting Ozma in this final scene, but there is some stuff implying that this could be a setup, a bait and switch, if you really want to get into that. It almost feels like they're planning a royal bait and switch, because Lime's playing defense here, because Lime's memory is not really his memory. So we're gonna see a couple potential clashes here. Because Jinpe does want to help Naim, but Naim doesn't want any help from anyone, really. And with Naim having these tremors of memory, it's almost as if Naim is a pawn of Ozma. It's almost as if that is what we're getting at. Or is it? But yeah, that's it for the video. Love and appreciate you guys. Have a great week. Bye bye.